Have you ever felt like people look at where you come from, what you don't have, and immediately decide your dreams are impossible? Maybe you've heard voices telling you to be realistic, to stop aiming so high, to just focus on surviving the day. That's exactly what Kabir faced. He was a boy from a tiny village, dirt poor, with nothing but holes in his shoes and hunger in his stomach. But deep inside, he carried something no one could see. A fire. Kabir wanted more than just bread for the next day. He wanted to change not just his life, but the fate of his entire family. Yet every time he spoke about his dream, people laughed. "How can a boy with empty pockets think about big things?" they mocked. Their words cut deep, but Kabir refused to let them define him. Somewhere within, he believed his future wasn't chained to his present struggle. One evening, weighed down by doubt, Kabir sat alone by the river. His eyes heavy, his spirit sinking, he whispered to himself, "Maybe they're right. Maybe I'm foolish for dreaming this big." Just then, an old teacher named Guruji approached. He noticed Kabir's sadness and asked, "What troubles you, my child?" Kabir poured out his pain. "Everyone says I can't do anything great because I'm poor. They say my dreams are too big for someone like me." Guruji listened silently, then reached into his bag and handed Kabir a small mirror. "Look," he said. Kabir frowned but obeyed. "I see myself," he muttered. "Look closer," Guruji urged. "Do you see the pain in your eyes?" Kabir nodded quietly. "Now look deeper. Can you see the fire hidden behind that pain?" Kabir stared again, and this time, he felt something different, something fierce staring back at him. "That fire," Guruji said softly, "is belief. Most people ignore it and let it die. But if you protect it, feed it with courage and discipline, it will light your path even in the darkest nights. Remember, people will try to cover your mirror with dust. They'll try to convince you that you're not enough. But you must keep cleaning it with your actions. Keep seeing your true self. Never forget what you are capable of." Kabir held on to those words like lifelines. From that day, he treated the mirror as a symbol. Every night he looked into it, not to see his hunger or poverty, but to remind himself of the fire within. Life didn't magically get easier. His mother was sick, often needing medicine they couldn't afford. His father was an old farmer, breaking his back under the sun, yet coming home empty-handed. Kabir knew he couldn't just dream. He had to act. So he built a routine. Each morning, he went to school. Each evening, he worked at a tea shop, washing cups and serving strangers. On weekends, he shadowed a local mechanic to pick up skills. And late at night, when everyone else in the village was asleep, he studied under a dim lamp. He sacrificed sleep, comfort, even meals. But he never stopped. The mirror stayed beside him, always reminding him who he really was. Years went by. His effort began to sprout small but steady results. Kabir started a tiny mobile repair service in the corner of the village. It wasn't glamorous, but he poured his whole heart into it. Every coin he earned, he saved. Every mistake he made, he learned from. Slowly, that one-corner shop grew. He opened an electronics store, then another, then 3. He reinvested every dollar, worked day and night, and treated every customer with respect. Eventually, he launched his own brand of mobile accessories. The same villagers who once laughed at him? Now they lined up outside his office, hoping for a chance to work with him. His mother received proper treatment. His father finally laid down his tools and retired with dignity. One afternoon, Guruji visited. Kabir welcomed him with deep gratitude. Guruji looked around at the thriving business, the respect, the transformation, and simply smiled. "You see, Kabir, the world tries to make poor boys think small, but those who dare to think big rewrite their story. Dreams are not measured by the money in your pocket, but by the vision in your heart. Kabir bowed his head, tears in his eyes. He finally understood. The mirror wasn't about reflection. It was about perspective. It was about choosing to see the fire instead of the pain. And that's the choice we all face, isn't it? Life will always throw dust on your mirror. People will always tell you to shrink your vision, to know your place. But only you can decide whether you'll wipe that dust away or let it cover the fire inside you. So let me ask you, what's the mirror in your life? What's the fire you've been ignoring because others convinced you it was impossible? Remember this: success doesn't start with money, talent, or luck. It starts with belief. Belief fed daily by discipline, courage, and action. That's how ordinary lives transform into extraordinary stories. Kabir's story isn't just about a boy in a small village. It's about you. It's about every one of us who has ever been told we're not enough. And the truth is, your next chapter begins the moment you dare to think big. So don't wait. Look into your mirror, see the fire, and start today. If this story gave you hope, share it with someone who needs it, and subscribe so you don't miss the next one. Because your fire deserves to be seen.